My name is Marissa Calzada. I am from Mission Viejo. I was born and raised here in California. And I am a mother. I have 3 kids. And I've been married for over maybe 25 years next year. I found Invictus actually through my son. He joined and he told me, "Mom, there's this great gym, you need to come. Everything you've been looking for, this is it. You need to come here." And I was looking for some place that can deal with like my mobility issues. I have tears in my meniscus, I have lower back problems, and it was difficult for me to find somebody that can work with me with all the issues that I have, plus being overweight and not being able to move and do a lot of exercises. And when he told me about Invictus, I'm like, oh, let me go. I need to find out more about this. So I had gone to other gyms and I've had like personal training, and their thing was more, they didn't deal with like back issues. If I told them my back was hurting, they're like, oh, toughen up, you need to do it this way. And they'd be like, oh, stop complaining, just push through. Pain is part of the process. And so I'm like, no, that's not it. And I would listen to them, and then afterwards, I would be even in a worse position that I can't even move. And so that's one thing where I'm like, no personal training. So I stopped with that. But I wasn't getting any results. I didn't know like what exercise, like where to start, or what would help strengthen certain areas that I have weaknesses in. And so I knew that one day I need to find like the perfect place to help me with these things that I'm looking for. Before coming to Invictus, my life was going kind of downhill because of my health. I had really poor mobility. I was out of breath just to tie my shoes. There was days I couldn't even put on my socks. I'd have my kids or my husband help me with that chore. And I was pre-diabetic. I was borderline hypertension. And I wasn't able to move or do things just that everyday moms were able to do. It was very difficult for me. And I knew I needed to make a change. And that's why I found Invictus, and that's why I came here. When I saw the numbers on the scale, that's when I knew if I continued where I was going and at the same pace of my life, I knew it was just a matter of time before I was full-blown diabetes. And in my family, that's something that's very common. And I have relatives who are losing their eyesight and losing their limbs. I knew one day I wanted to be a grandma who can run after their grandkids, take them to Disneyland, and I didn't see that in my future. And that was kind of a slap in the face, like, what am I doing? I need to make a change, or else I'm not going to be around for my grandkids or my children. My family sees it. There's things I'm able to do now that there's no way I can do that 9 months ago. And now it's like I don't have hypertension anymore. My levels are normal. I'm no longer borderline diabetic, and it's all because I've been coming here. Like 3 weeks ago, I live in Mission Viejo, and so everybody who lives in South County knows that there's a lot of hills, and where I live, it's all incline and decline. And I say, you know what, I'm gonna go for a walk. So me and my daughter went for a walk, and there's a steep hill that I would have to stop several times, and I'd be like huffing and puffing because I couldn't make it to the top. And the other day, this was 3 weeks ago, I'm having a conversation on the phone with my husband. He's like, well, where are you at? I'm like, oh, I'm walking up the hill. He's like, oh, I should hang up with you, And I was like, no, I've been talking to you. I'm already at the top. And he's like, so you've been talking to me this whole time as you're climbing that hill? I said, yes. He's like, wow. He's like, there was no way you would be able to have done that before. I said, I know. And like, that makes me emotional, because that for me was proof that my health has improved tremendously. Look, if there's anybody that's like me or experiencing any issues like me, I implore you, give Invictus a chance. Your health, your family, there's nothing better for you to invest in than that.